guitars, I sing.
Alright, I'm Ross. I play the bass.
I'm Nick. I play the drums.
I've got mail that you can't open up with a box cutter. Knife for permission, you can't read the address, it's written in German. I know you failed that shit when you were freshman. No sweating, your knowledge of my mail is post office treason. Till chainmail storage protects me from resigning.
Started off as I don't know, somewhere between like playful aggression and genuine misery. Somewhere in between. I just aggression and misery, but kind of fun while we're doing it.
Basically we formed like a little over 2 years ago, like early March 2014,
Yeah.
something like
And then
that.
I ran in September, past September.
I was like I hadn't been in a band in like a real like band in years, and I got this itch, you know, and I was like I want to start a band, and one of my favorite bands of all time is Lightning Bolt, and I was like I want to be in a band like Lightning Bolt, but obviously I can't be in Lightning Bolt because it's already a band, so I put out a calling on the internet on that SUNY Purchase Missed Connections Facebook page with a link to the song Two Towers by Lightning Bolt. And I said, hey, if anyone wants to start a band that sounds like this with me, like, let's do it. And Bruce was like, I can play guitar and sing. And I said, well, I definitely don't want you playing guitar, and I maybe don't want you singing. Can you yell? On a more personal level, like similar to how Bruce does, like, I feel like it's like, you know, like when you're little and like you're like play fighting with your brother, and then like one of you like ends up getting hurt and like gets mad and like actually punches it and like turns into a real fight. I like to think that like our music sort of like straddles the line between like play fighting and real fighting. Because on one hand, like it is very like obviously like not like this is a fairly loaded word, but I'll use it. It's like obviously contrived aggressive music. It's like obviously there's a clear intention that we want people to like jump around and hoot and holler and all of that, but at the same time there's sort of like a playful like smirk to it all. Yeah.
I feel like it's very much like that sort of combination where it's, as Bruce said, sort of like this thing that's bred of like aggression and misery, and as Ross said, it's like sort of like playing on that. It's very, very playful, but at the same time I think it's a celebration of all of those things. Every time we have a show, every time people are jumping around, every time people are like fucking yelling, and they could be like running into each other, they could be hugging. It's just that sort of same celebration that, you know, like we're all kind of there and we're all kind of feeling these very real things as a person in our own ways, separately, but sort of coming together and having fun with it. Like all of our shows, to me, have been like very, very, very fucking cathartic.
Yeah, they're
and
pretty
like,
wild.
Very, very wild.
We've always talked about like it's like some weird combination of funny and scary.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've like laughed my
Yeah.
balls off at some shows, and then some shows I've left like shaken.
Bruce writes the lyrics.
It's probably just gotten more and more personal, and maybe less and less relatable. There's no conscious decision. I think like sometimes, like for a couple of the songs off the new record, like Black Dice and Love Song with Many Names, both of them were written by me over the summer with like a guitar or like a keyboard I have for the laptop, and then I would send it over to them. The response is usually like, "What the fuck is this gonna sound like?" with a full band, and then it kind of works. And for Kelly was also an acoustic song that I think we was like, yeah, fuck, we have we didn't have that was like the shortest song by far that we've written, so it was like, yeah. I had it like on the reserves, and we're like, you should just play this one. So I think like I don't really think I've evolved much in like the way I approach songwriting, but like I know that like I can like write things that I think are cool and then put them in like a new context when I have two people like make it better, you know.
At least for me, a big part of it, and this wasn't intentional, like going into it, I don't think, but like looking back on it, like I definitely pulled it off. Like I'd never been in a band where it was like, oh, like I would love these tunes even if I didn't write them, like even if I had no hand in making them.
Yeah.
And I pulled that off because I guess like I like became more confident in like what we were doing, like because like when we first started out, like we were just kind of messing around, and then at a certain point we were like, oh, like we're like onto something here, and I think so like for me personally, like I've like sort of figured out like what Death NARC is, and like because I like, you know, I came into it with a very like, oh, I'm just gonna write straight up noise punk tunes, but like those aren't, that's not necessarily what we're doing. We still write songs like that, but it I don't know, it's just this weird, I don't know what I'm trying to say.
Personally, yeah, like maybe on just like a physical level with my like the way I play, on like a less personal level than that, I've definitely pushed myself harder than I ever have with any other project that I've ever been involved in with Death NARC. Like, I feel invincible when I play with these guys, and I like intentionally sometimes do fills that I know take a lot out of me, or shit that like fucking 6-foot high cymbals. Shit that's like wacky, but at the same time rides a line between wacky and like, you know what it is? It's both definitions of ridiculous. It's exactly that.
Yeah.
Like, I just love the chemistry was fucking there, and I'm like, it's a matter of me like pushing myself to do really, really wild, ridiculous
Make it hard
stuff. Yeah, I know, because I am just very sort of like, I do not want to be in a band where I'm stuck to doing like the 1, 2, 3, 4.
Yeah.
3, 4. Like, that's just not what I want to do at all. And I'm proud of like what we accomplished, in that we're all like that we are a band that stays very clearly away from that. And like there are people that are in bands that could do that for like straight up half hour, 1 hour sets, and I just don't fuck with that. The philosophy of Death NARC is,
I laugh to keep from crying.
yes, something about like staving off depression by making funny punk music, something like that.
The amount of SSRIs you could hear in that, like. To be honest, the shelf life of this band, I say, is no further than fall of this year.
Yeah.
I think so. I think
It really depends on like because I'm graduating, right? And like I have no fucking clue where I'm gonna be and what I'm gonna be doing. So it really like depends on that. Like if I'm living in the New York City area, then like of course like I would like to keep it going. But you know it's just a big if, and like it's not. I don't think any of us really know.
To be honest, I would love to play one great last show in the fall. Here. Like,
yeah.
Like to end things.
but to like really do it up.
Yeah, just have like one.
We're gonna make it big, like the fucking death of Ziggy Stardust.
Life is extremely short, and this planet is facing imminent death. So just like
And fucking Prince died today.
Yeah, fuck that. Like seriously, like
Everything is fucked, but let's have fun before we all get hurled in the sun.
this planet will be murdered by another cosmic empire in a few years'
It's like
time.
2 months.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
like if I stayed so embarrassed of like being like a bad musician, this band would have never continued.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't have had as much fun and like gained as much satisfaction now. So you just gotta have faith in yourself and like give a shit and try really hard at what you like.
But sometimes you don't have to. 'Cause we didn't for a while. Yeah.
honestly.
Try your best, but if you don't feel like it, try like half of your best.
What kind of? I'm gonna beat you up on camera. That'll be the best way this ends. Is you giving bad advice. Bad advice.
Bad advice.
Fucking suck it.
Fucking suck it. That's
We're Death NARC and we're from SUNY Purchase.
Damn proud of it.